Hi everybody, Jared here with Day Traders FX. I hope you guys are having a great week. We've seen a lot of crazy price action in the last little bit, but setups are really starting to pan out and give us some nice little moves. So far so good. Quickly, just a little reminder, we will have a live non-farm payroll session on Friday morning, so make sure to join us for that. That's Friday, April 5th. You can just go right to daytradersfx.com and just go to this first little post here. Trade with us Friday morning. Click on here to register. It's all free. You don't have to get a free trial or anything like that. It's just click there. It'll get you all set up, and you can join us for the Friday morning session. If you would like a free trial, of course, it is right here in the right-hand corner here. But this one won't require any free trials, any sign up for anything, and it'll just get you right into the chat. Okay, guys, so U.S. markets are closed. You can see that they didn't have an amazing day. And we have some hints of QE3 shrinking, so that's kind of got things going a little bit. Stocks are down, Dow, S&P are both down a good little chunk. Oil's down, gold is down, everything's just down, down, down. So apparently that news did not hit too well. If we go to the news here, we can see a couple of things. Number one, we saw the ADP report this morning, which came out quite a bit worse than expected, but last month's numbers were revised up to almost make up that difference. And then we saw the ISM report, which was also a little bit worse than expected, and we've seen a pretty steady decline here on that one. Coming up later on today, remember we have retail sales out of Australia. That'll be important. Housing starts and retail sales out of Australia. Those are two reports, and remember that when we talk about the Aussie dollar setup that I'm about to bring up here. And then we have all this yen activity. So be careful on the yen pairs. Those are always, always a little bit of a trick anyways. But with Bank of Japan news, that can get things, even more scary. Let's go right to the euro dollar here. Euro dollar is slowly getting interesting. You can see that we've had this nice little higher low. We're kind of running up this little wedge here a little bit. But we're still coming into the intersection of trend lines and triangles and so on. You can see that we're still running down in this channel. We're staying in the channel. We're down here. We're about to run into the upper part of the wall here in just a little bit. We've got some good resistance levels just below 12900. A couple of things there that could tell us that this market might not be heading too much higher. But this has been kind of, putting in a bit of a base here, and we are running up just little amounts over the last several days, and so there might be some bullishness in here. Remember, I'm bullish above 128.90, nowhere in the middle. I might take a trade off 127.50 if we hit that, but 128.90 is my bullish area. It's also so happens to be the area where I think we could have a nice little short trade. And I kind of like shorting against 128.90 as well. You can see that we're about 50 pips off that currently, 45 pips. This is kind of an interesting area to start looking to get short on the euro dollar. You can see that it continues to fail. It's hit the weekly pivot a couple of times, failed off of that. It's failing off of the 200 moving average, just not really being able to make any significant movements to the upside. So I think that we still have quite a bit of bearish potential on this euro dollar, and I still think we're headed into 126, 50, 60 area. So I'm not really doing much yet. Again, if we get above 128.90, I'll buy. If we get close to 128.90, say within 20, 25 pips, and it just seems to be failing again, then I'll be shorting against that high, but I'm kind of waiting. Remember, it's all about the news tomorrow, and I think I even forgot to mention that, what we have coming into tomorrow, but we have a lot of important news, including interest rates and central bank statements out of both Europe and the UK. And to get any kind of significant movement between now and then will probably not super happen. And so that's where I think we're going to continue to be choppy here. So most likely I'm not going to do anything on the euro dollar for the next, 24 or 12, 18 hours, somewhere in there. Pound dollar has been behaving nicely. We have a very nice double top on the pound dollar here. We came right up and just hit that perfectly. Did a real good job of coming off that level. And we can see that that has turned out to be a very strong support. 200 moving average is really, holding that down and stopping it. And we just can't quite make. We're looking for this run here, and we've tried to break above that 23 a couple of times and into the 38. Remember, as we do break up the 20 above the 23, we have a high probability of getting into that 38, so that still is a threat that we're going to get up there. But so far, you can see some shooting stars here on the 4-hour chart. You can see that from this overall run right here, we've just barely cleared the 38 of this shorter term movement and run into the 200 moving average, the daily pivot, and now we're headed back down again. So we're currently in a trade on the pound dollar, but for those that may not be in a trade, I'm shorting against this high right here, which you can see at this point is 120 pips away. But one of the more important short-term levels is 151.75. So if you're looking to get into this trade, short against 151.75, about 40 to 45 pips is what you want to be looking for, and specifically even short against this recent high right here, which we're now about 25 pips below. So overall, I'm looking to stay short pound dollar as long as it's below this double top, and more specifically as long as it's below 151.75. So we have good opportunities to get short in that general area there. Aussie dollar, we've been in the Aussie dollar for a day or two or three, and it came up and just double topped. It made us sweat just a little bit, but it double topped right there, almost to the pip. So this high right here is 104.96, and this high right here is surprisingly 104.96 to the pip. We have a double top on the Aussie dollar, so that's pretty good. The only thing that I'm not loving is that the Aussie dollar on some of the indicators still has a little bit of a bullish look, and retail traders are starting to get very short in the pair, and that's never a super great sign, but it looks like we might end up with a nice little reversal candle here on this daily chart and be able to kind of continue down. So for those that aren't in this trade, we are in it, and we're short against 10500, and this is a nice little area to be trading against, with some lower targets down there at 104, 103.80, 103.50, 10300. These are all areas to target on your Aussie dollar short. The rest of the pairs, we just need to wait for news. Gold has just continued to tank, but everything else is looking pretty choppy and not that interesting, so I'm not really looking at any other pairs at all to get into. I'm just really focused on euro dollar, pound dollar, Aussie dollar, and I think we have some really great setups for those. So best of luck, guys. We'll see you in the chat. We have a live daily wrap-up session today, and then our live trading session tomorrow. So we'll be watching, and we'll be seeing what we can get out of this market. Best of luck, everybody. I'll see you in the chat, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter at DayTradersFX.